Good evening and welcome to your favorite courtroom drama, Toys on Trial, the show where we eviscerate the time-honored plastic of our youth, one questionable design at a time. Now, if you're joining us for the first time ever, firstly, welcome. And secondly, our show is all about looking back through nostalgia with a critical eye. Now, we have nothing but reverence for a lot of the toys you see in front of us and behind us. Mind you, we are coming to you live from Aaron's Collectibles, but sometimes it's good to look back at something critically and go, how good is this really?
That's a bit rubbish, isn't it?
It can be a bit rubbish sometimes.
Yeah.
You would be surprised. Unlike you, I am Rod Fletcher.
I am Dr. Michael Morbius. It's Morbin time.
Okay. Now, would you like to introduce this week's topic, dear boy?
I think we've got an Exhibit A to begin with.
We have an Exhibit A, of course. Now, we have a new segment called Exhibit A, where we bring before the court some little, it's kind of basically a show and tell, something we picked up during the week. Or at least not during the week, but very recently. So, who's starting? Me? Okay.
Yours, dear boy.
Now, my pickup for the week, they are two. And this one is kind of on brand, given our discussion for the week. This is a Marvel comic. What we have here is Marvel Star Wars issue 42, Newsstand edition, which is actually the first appearance of Boba Fett. Now, this is what people in comics would call a key issue. A key is just another term for an issue of significance, like usually a character introduction or a character death or some sort of major event. So this is, I hope to eventually, over a long period, sort of, get this whole series, because it's a lovely series with some great colorful art and some cool stories. But if you're doing something like that, always best to start with the keys, because they tend to go up a lot in value. Whereas fortunately, most of the issues you can still pick up around the sort of $8 to $10 mark.
The less said about the Green Rabbit, the better.
Indeed. What was his name again?
Who cares? It's a Green Rabbit.
I know Aaron's a fan. Aaron, if you're watching, the Green Rabbit from the comics, he looks a bit like Bucky O'Hare, a Star Wars character. Anyway, I digress.
Jackson, thank you.
Jackson, that's the one. Lovely.
Yeah.
So that's my pickup for the week. One of them, mind you.
Mhm.
Another one was a lot cheaper and very cute. I got this from a recent toy show in a $2 bin. This is my little Elvira. That's right, Mistress of the Dark herself. I'll try and get up and bring that closer to the camera. Now, I forget the maker of this particular line. They've done a lot of sort of horror characters. But yeah, she's just like a PVC figure. No articulation. But yeah, they've got the whole no pupils aesthetic. So $2 there.
Now, my pickup for the week, I will confess, isn't something that I own. It's something I saw here in the shop. Thank you once again to Aaron's Collectibles for hosting this particular display of malarkey. But check this out. The Cheshire Cat from Alice Madness Returns. Damn, this thing is cool.
And hefty too. I had a hold of that too. It's quite a weighty piece.
Yeah. And it's got better tattoos than I do, but that's another story.
Now, was that a McFarlane piece, was it? Who's the maker there?
Diamond Select.
Diamond Select.
Yes,
wonderful.
Well done to Diamond Select on that one.
Yeah.
Now, I did have another pickup for this week. Now, as you may be aware, given that our topic for this week is Marvel Comics.
Marvel Comics toys in particular.
Marvel Comics toys in particular. So this thing came out earlier. Battle Armor or Mech Armor Wolverine. Now, Wolverine as a character, does he strike you as someone that needs a mech suit?
Not so much. Not with the adamantium skeleton and all that.
Yeah, but I mean, granted fleshy bits over the adamantium skeleton.
I must say, it's a very on-brand pickup for the week. Very good Exhibit A. Now,
yeah.
The question for our viewers is, Mike, not for our viewers, probably from our viewers, but are you going to build that bad boy?
Well, I wasn't going to.
You weren't going to?
But I kind of think I will.
I reckon you should. What do you think, folks?
Yeah, should I build this thing?
Lego is always a good time, and if you look after Lego, you will generally see a return on it.
I don't think I'm seeing a return on this.
Yeah, maybe we should do a Lego episode one day.
I think it's on the schedule.
It's actually kind of hard to fault Lego because they're really just, fantastic. Aaron will tell you. Anyway, that segues into our weekly topic. This week we are looking at the best and then the worst Marvel Comics action figures.
Now,
Toys.
A little history for you. There were several just sort of one-off figures of various Marvel heroes, Marvel and DC heroes, DC being our topic next week. Rip it out of the box. Yes. DC being our topic next week, of course.
Indeed. This is part 1 of 2.
You had your little pocket-sized Spider-Man. Remember Captain Action?
I do remember Captain Action.
Yeah, you could dress him up in like various superheroes outfits. But the first real line to
cosplaying toy.
Cosplaying toy.
Yeah.
The first real line to build up a roster, a selection of various heroes, would have been Mego's World's Greatest Superheroes line.
Indeed, premiering in 1972.
Yeah, now there's something very interesting about the World's Greatest Superheroes line. Let's, we got a little clip here.
We have a clip, lovely.
We have a clip.
Oh.
We have a clippy clip.
Aren't we organised?
Back end, could you roll the first clip, please?
We love our viewers, so this is for you.
That's the one.
It's the world's greatest superhero collection, featuring Batman and the other half of the dynamic duo, Robin. The Hulk, that green superhero, he's fully posable. Falcon, the winged black superhero. Shazam and Iron Man. The world's greatest superheroes collection. Each superhero action figure sold separately from Mego.
An interesting roster there.
Not something you'd really see nowadays.
Not really, no. One thing you would not see, for starters, is Marvel and DC heroes being in the same toy line. You might get some compatible lines, you know, same scale, 3 3/4 inch figures.
And several of the big toy companies have actually held the license for Marvel and DC at various points in their lifespan. Toy Biz, for instance. They have also.
Well, Toy Biz ended up acquiring Marvel at one point.
Indeed.
There's our first fact.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and what was funny, Toy Biz acquired Marvel, but then started making toys based on other comics.
I see.
Yeah, so I see lines with both Marvel and DC at $2 shops all the time. Yes, the infamous amazing Spiderman for one.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
love knockoffs. That is a minefield there. But no, this was great.
Honestly, there's an episode in that, best and worst knockoffs.
Oh yes. Yes, too much fun to be had in replica toys.
Yeah, look, if you guys would like to see an episode on the best and worst bootleg toys, knockoffs, etc., do chime in and let us know.
Oh, please. But do be warned in advance, that's an episode that will probably
My favourite
go
Lizard did actually show up in the Mego line.
Oh, wonderful.
And the Mego line it just seemed kind of random. Like, okay, you saw that first lineup of toys. You had Batman and Robin, great. Shazam. Yes. No Superman.
No Superman. Eventually they would release Superman.
They would,
not
yes.
in that first wave.
Yeah, Hulk, the Falcon, and who was the...
Iron Man.
Yeah, and Iron Man. Iron Man, by the way, whose armor had this weird as heck nose thing.
They would also later on release Spider-Man and Thor.
Yeah, Spider-Man, Thor, Conan the Barbarian.
Oh my goodness. Several Star Trek characters from the original series, I believe.
Yeah.
Mego was just one of those
classic
Mego,
lines. Like that Mego body, honestly, it was a monster.
Yeah.
DC's Superman, yes. Now, Mego, we'll get off Mego in a moment and go towards other lines, but Mego actually gave rise to a very popular feature in Toy Fair magazine during the 1990s and 2000s.
I love Toy Fair magazine. If you guys collected Toy Fair magazines, it's kind of hard to come by in Australia. You can usually find it in places like Comics R Us and Minotaur had it, within Melbourne anyway. We know some of you are probably interstate, but yeah, you could find it at collectible stores.
So it gave rise to a popular strip called Twisted Toy Fair Theatre. Now, Twisted Toy Fair Theatre was essentially the adventures of Mego Spider-Man, who was basically your typical depressed loser in his 30s or 40s.
I can smell the memes already.
I can smell the me already.
Oh boy.
We've got a little example of it here for you. A warning, you may need the brain bleach after this one. Not the clip. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah. Now, looks like a Dr. Octopus head?
That is a Dr. Octopus head. Was he released in the Mego line, or was he a custom? He may have been a custom.
I've never if he has, I've never come across a Mego Dr. Octopus.
Sorry, Sarah.
Oh, sorry about that, Sarah. Yes. So look, we do have a lot of love for the Mego line. After all, comic book character toys had to begin somewhere, and Mego to this day is 50 years old now.
Yeah, ingenious engineering too.
Very revered toy line.
Yeah, rubber band based engineering, which of course crumbled over time.
Yes.
But that's the interesting thing with toys in general. And something that we like to point out every now and then here on Toys on Trial, none of this stuff was meant to last for 35, 40 years.
And we found a way.
Life finds a way.
And hopefully you do too, because toy collecting is fun, sometimes expensive.
I'm not sure I was meant to last for 35 to 40 years, but that's another story.
Oh, well, here we are. Just go with it.
Anyway.
But from humble beginnings with Mego,
we've got to stop Ultron.
We get talking toys. We get Secret Wars. We have the X-Men line behind me. You might be able to see some of it here.
And we have some of it here.
We do. We do. The action figure would go from 12-inch to Mego size, which is about 8 or 9-inch, to the action figure as we know it today.
3 3/4 inch.
Now, this is from the fabled X-Men line from 1992, I believe. Is that right, Mike?
That is correct.
Now, each one of these figures had a great special feature. What does this one do?
Well, this one is a bit of a riff on the old battle armor feature or battle damage from the Masters of the Universe line.
Oh, wonderful.
Line very dear to both Rod and my heart. Now, there's a little switch in the back of Sabretooth here, there. Flip the switch, and he goes from clean uniform to having a run-in with Wolverine uniform.
Don't you hate that?
And back.
If only laundry were that easy.
And each of these X-Men figures had a picture of their own. Can you pass me the Banshee, please?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he's in there somewhere.
Here you go. Now, this one was kind of unique.
Yeah. This
probably wouldn't pass it around now post-COVID, but
no.
Yeah, this was a fun feature.
But as you can see there, he's got a little tube coming out of his back. And Banshee's powers in the comics were sonic-based.
Yeah, so not unlike Black Canary in DC.
Yeah, but he used them for some different things. You know, he could fly on sound waves somehow.
It was more partial to Black Canary because
fishnets.
Well, yeah.
But yeah.
Say what?
I said
a whistling action figure, folks. I've never seen one like that. Yeah, I've never seen a whistling action figure.
Sanitize that thing before we get it back.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to throw this out.
Rodby Basic.
Rodby Basic. I resemble that. But yes, a whistling toy. Again, this line, loads of fun.
We do actually have.
We accidentally skipped over Secret Wars. I think we did.
Yeah, we'll come back to it.
Oh, here's a lovely image for you, folks. We have a big carded mural of the X-Men line. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, we ruined it. It's got some of it right.
According to Rob Liefeld, Jim Lee will be at Marvel in 6 to 12 months, and that's today's rumor news.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, he's got Lie right there in his name. So, you know, I'm taking that one with a grain of salt. But yeah. Will you bring that image up?
All right. What do you got for us?
There we go.
Oh, look at that beautiful mural. Now, that is something you actually want to print out poster size and put on your wall.
Just about. And this was the thing with the X-Men line too. Granted, there were a bunch of Wolverines, because even in the 90s, you know, Wolverine was the signature character. Wolverine was the man. Side note, how awesome is that Beast figure in the corner there? It's like big chunky beast.
That is a beast.
That is indeed a beast.
Quite the beast.
Quite the beast. Now, Wolverine was granted the signature character of the X-Men line, and therefore he got a bunch of his different outfits.
Guilty. I mean, look.
Unlike certain other superheroes who shall remain nameless.
Oh.
The outfits Wolverine came in actually made sense. You had the classic orange and brown.
Mm-hmm.
You had the yellow stripy one. You had the Weapon X outfit, you know, half naked with a big astronaut helmet on.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you had your street clothes Wolverine. You had your cool action feature, which could slide his claws out.
Yep.
And then you had this.
Are you leading into our first defendant?
I think I might be.
Okay.
Now,
bring in the accused.
The accused is being brought in. So okay, so it starts out like this. Okay, it's a motorcycle. It's a little bit overly ornate. It's certainly going to attract attention. In fact, this is a tricycle. It's a trike.
It is a tricycle.
So, with not only Wolverine's face on the front, but an unmasked Wolverine. Now,
Hi, everyone. I'm Logan McLoganface.
Now, I ask you, does Batman tool around on a bat cycle with Bruce Wayne's face on the front? Does he? I don't think so.
No.
And not only that, you've got these fold-out... Oh, what's this?
To be fair, that's actually kind of cool.
Fold-out and slide-out claws with slight up and down movement. Oh, didn't even know they did that.
We're learning on the go here, folks.
We are learning on the job.
Now,
Batman's sponsored by Wayne Enterprises, yes.
Absolutely.
And yeah, so basically you ride at people and you're either going to impale them with your claws or just run them over.
I think Logan would be pretty salty that Charles's R&D made him ride around in that thing. Now, I get marketing toys to kids, this and that, thank you, Reagan era, but there is creating vehicles for your characters, and then there is just insulting kids. Now, anyone who read the X-Men comics, and any kid certainly watching the 1992 amazing animated series at that time, I wish this toy line was the complement of, would know that Wolverine would not be caught dead in that, much less parading around his identity for all to see. So
you've got to wonder, though, you raised an interesting point there. Who do you suppose Charles's R&D was? I mean, Forge?
You know, I'm going to go with Stark. Just bring it all together, you know.
Okay. Because, yeah, he had that Forge guy sort of hanging around in the late 80s, early 90s. But there was... Yeah. Anyway.
It pays to have a rich friend.
Anyway. So, introducing Judge Bonk.
Presiding.
Judge Bonk presiding.
I actually don't know what presiding means. I just ape a lot of court shows.
The chicken's full name is indeed Simon LeBonk. In touch with the crowd, I'm on the hunt, I'm after you. Hungry like the chook.
Indeed. Unfortunately, this bike, not for us. What say you, Bonk?
Well, I mean, I kind of jumped the gun there.
That's right.
Or jumped the chicken.
Guilty verdict on that swing and a miss.
Yeah, that's no.
So,
and side note, before we move off the X-Men line, this is one in particular I wanted to introduce.
Apocalypse?
This is Apocalypse.
Lovely.
Now, speaking of lips, check out the grin on this boy. Honestly, I mean, have a look at that. That's Joker worthy. He's a happy chappy. That's
an aspiration. That's how you want to that's how you want to go through life looking, really.
Bonk, sadly. Leave that one alone.
Oh boy.
Borrowing an action
happy.
Borrowing an action feature from Rod's favorite Masters of the Universe figure. Stomach and legs extend. So he's now Apocalypse, only slightly taller.
See this face? Yeah. You're going to need some context. Okay.
It's commonly known as the I'm going to kill my co-host face.
Pretty much, yes. the figure in question from Master of the Universe that Mike is referring to is Extender. And I hate that figure. Moving on.
I think the only reason it didn't get bonked last season is we didn't have one on hand.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
That
was a mercy.
That was indeed.
Okay.
But you're quite right, though. We did skip Secret Wars, so let's talk Secret Wars.
We did. If we're gonna look at the bad, folks, we do need to remind ourselves of the good. After all, we are not merely just Debbie Downers. We are here to look. Speak for yourself. Oh, okay. Is it
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh yes.
Second clip, if you please, back end.
Wars. Marvel supervillains are coming. Secret Wars. Can the Marvel superheroes stop them? Marvel supervillains and superheroes figures each sold separately. Here, Doctor Doom and the Doom Platoon, Magneto, Dr. Octopus. There, Captain America and the Champions of Freedom, Spider-Man and Wolverine. Secret Wars. The secret's out. Dr. Doom and Spider-Man from the Marvel Secret Wars collection. Other figures each sold separately. From Mattel.
The secret's out.
You know, I don't know about you guys, but to me, 80s toy commercials are just huge shots of dopamine. They just make me so
Yeah. There's a reason we play several of them every episode.
yeah.
They keep us on an even keel.
You'd like to think it's for you. It's for us. But yeah, Secret Wars debuted 1984, I believe.
Correct. From memory, Magneto actually came down on the hero's side during the Secret Wars. That was how Magneto actually performed his heel face turn.
Well, the Magneto character has a lot of nuance to him.
He really does.
That's what we love about X-Men. It's not just black and white. It's like, yeah, you're actually sort of you
nice
can
one,
see,
Sarah.
You can see Magneto's point of view. You can see Charles's point of view.
Each time you say backhand, I hear bag-end, and I choose to believe a team of hobbits are running production on the show.
No comment. Suffice it to say, we love our hobbit friends and are very grateful for the service they provide. Case in point. So yeah, Secret Wars, wonderful line. Competitor to Superpowers, I believe.
Yeah, the clip-on claws for Wolverine that was a choice.
That was a choice, but again, mid-80s, you
didn't quite have the engineering for the slide-out claw boys. Although that said, you had the slide-out lightsabers in Star Wars.
Yeah, well, that's canon. They were just ahead of the game, weren't they?
They produced Secret Wars. Hasbro?
Toy Biz, I believe.
Toy Biz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it was Toy Biz. I could be wrong. I'm suddenly doubting myself. Don't you hate that? But yes,
these guys were definitely Toy Biz.
Secret Wars, mid-80s, fantastic line. Sister line to Kenner's Superpowers. I can't say they were made by Kenner.
Yeah.
And just one of those lines where if you were a kid in the 80s, collecting, say, He-Man, Transformers, G.I. Joe, what have you, and your parents said, you can't have everything because boundaries are good, folks. Don't spoil your kids. It was, in my experience, certainly one of those lines I looked at longingly and went, oh, if only I didn't have all this other cool stuff, I'll move on to that.
Funny thing is, I don't actually recall seeing Secret Wars in the stores.
I didn't see them until around 89, 90.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because I grew up in a small town.
Could be an Australia thing.
Yeah, quite possibly.
But these were wonderful, and they paved the way for the X-Men figures.
If we could flash up the current image, thank you. Check out the shield Captain America is holding there. Now, each character, my God, that Hobgoblin is ugly. Each character came with, or most characters came with a shield that flickered between a picture of the hero themselves and their secret identity. You see that Captain America, that's got Steve Rogers' face on it. And once again, much like the Wolverine cycle, here you are charging into battle with something with your face on it.
Yeah, you may as well just blow up, you Xerox your license and just, stick that on some cardboard and have that as a shield.
Have you seen my license photo?
Does it look like that?
Kinda, yeah. Like, it's disturbing. You could theoretically beat someone over the head with it.
Well, license photos aren't flattering, by definition.
But also,
you should make a shield of it.
The first Wolverine action figure there. I think the first Daredevil. I don't know that he made it to Mego.
To Mego? Secret Wars.
No. Well, he clearly made Secret Wars. He's there, but I'm pretty sure I don't think he made it to the Mego line.
No recollection of a Mego line. If we have any Mego collectors in the chat, feel free to chime in.
We got Dr. Doom. We've got Kang. We've got a really not that great looking Magneto. Like, honestly, something's missing there. There's not much detail.
Not for me.
No, neither. That black suited Spider-Man looks pretty cool, though.
Indeed.
That's dope.
Now, but by and large, Secret Wars, wonderful line. Paved the way for the X-Men line, which were essentially, in a lot of ways, kind of the same thing, but they incorporated a lot of cool features.
Look, honestly, we probably should save the talk of superpowers for next week. But to me, the X-Men line was basically the best of Secret Wars combined with superpowers.
Yes.
Sort of peak both.
Yes, we will talk about superpowers next week when we look at our part 2, which is DC action figures. We've got much to say about superpowers, but we'll leave that for you next week. So don't forget to tune in. Now, back to business at hand. I think business. Did I say business? Yes. Let us bring in the next accused.
The next accused. All right. You feeling famous covers?
Oh, yes.
Famous covers. So we've got a couple of defendants from the famous covers line. The Famous Covers line was created by Toy Biz in the mid to late 90s, I think, as almost a continuation of the old Mego line.
Now, just a warning, folks. The images you're about to see are highly disturbing. So,
yeah,
might want to
honestly
put the kids to bed.
We started dark, and this ain't getting better.
This is the stuff of night.
This is not getting better. So, firstly, we have. There we go. Famous Covers Cyclops should be coming up on your screen any second now. Yep, there he is.
Okay.
Now, that scream on his face is very much the put me out of my misery face.
Yes.
Also, if you look at his outfit there, one real thing about comics in the 1990s was pouches.
Pouches? Oh,
everyone,
right.
Yeah,
ammo pouches,
everyone,
yes.
yeah, ammo pouches, whatever.
Yeah, popularized by Deadpool a lot as well.
Mm-hmm. It was a Rob Liefeld thing.
Oh, yes. Rob Liefeld, famous Marvel artist.
Yeah, and Berrien couldn't draw feet.
No.
Terrible at drawing feet.
We will joke about that repeatedly.
But yeah, what I'm getting at, though, is you never actually saw what any of these people kept in their pouches. Yeah, he might have had bus fare in one, snacks, trail mix.
I like to think it was kibble. Yeah, and trail mix. Yes, trail mix. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this was kind of a tip of the hat to the Mego line of the 70s.
Yes,
in a way.
We mentioned that a moment ago.
Yeah, we've got the cloth.
The cloth costumes and the gloves that have a very sort of. You guys are freaking me out. Sorry,
we
Bob.
do that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It gets worse. Yeah, you're not going to like the next bit.
We're easing you into it. Unfortunately, it is downhill from here.
Have a look at the boots and the gloves, though. That's very much the rubber gloves and gun boots look.
I don't mind the boots. They're giving me
the
Napoleon Dynamite vibes. The moon boots, yes.
Vote for Cyclops. Okay. But the gloves are very much you caught Cyclops in the middle of doing the dishes thing.
Indeed. I don't mind it by and large. I don't know if I would sentence this to 30 years.
Yeah, look, honestly, this one gets off with a warning.
Yeah, community service for this one.
Community service, yes.
But
this, on the other hand. Ugh. Wow, where to begin?
The horror is real.
That's just disturbing.
That's right. Our beloved Aunt May from the Spider-Man canon finally got her own featured figure. And ye gods.
My word. Not only that, who goes to the toy store and thinks, Mummy, I want an Aunt May figure?
Well, collect them all. This is also a period where you'd flip over the box and you would see all the other...
the stuff of nightmares.
Indeed.
You're not wrong.
You'd see all the other figures in the line and be compelled to collect them all. It was the result of marketing toys to kids that began in the 80s.
Yeah.
Which they don't do anymore. If you walk into a toy shop, you won't see...
How many action figures do you see in slippers?
Not many. Not many.
But yeah, giving rise to a new feature on Toys on Trial here. Occasional feature. We call it Separated at Birth.
Oh dear.
They shaved an ape.
Worse, they shaved someone that you're probably familiar with.
Yep. Separated at Birth, Aunt May, Gary Busey.
One and the same. There it is, debunked live on Toys on Trial.
It looks like Norman Bates' grandma.
It looks a bit like Gary Busey meets Skeletor with do you remember the bit in Beetlejuice where it had like really long arms? Yeah. Yes.
So I was thinking, and look at the size of those hands.
Do you know what? If I collected the Famous Covers range, Marvel dolls from, I think they were actually the early 2000s, these ones.
Really?
Yes, yeah.
Right.
Which is, again, no excuse.
Why does it remind me of old Biff Tannen? Yeah.
A little bit. A little bit. It's a comedy of errors. I mean, look at it. It's Gary Busey. It's
and when you think of it too,
it's Biff Tannen. It's Skeletor. It's
seriously, how many stages did this figure have to pass in order to be released?
And those arms.
Like legit, nobody looked at this thing and thought, you know what? That's nightmare fuel right there. No, we're putting out a black suit Spider-Man or something to that effect.
This is 4:55 on a Friday afternoon. Whatever. Let's go. Happy hour. Sign off. Off we go. If I were a completist of this line, I would. This would be a hard sell for me. Probably this would be like Parting with the dollars for this would be such a strain.
Before next week's episode, make a note of this, please, Rod.
Sure.
I'm going to go on eBay and I am going to see exactly what a famous covers Aunt May sells for, because we don't have one here in the shop, so we've got no basis for comparison.
It's actually because of the nature of the figure. It's so ugly, grotesque, macabre. It's actually, well, I don't want to say a chase figure, but it is a popular figure. It does sell
quality control. I know, right?
It sells regularly just because of how shit it is. It's just, it's one of those, am I being scolded? Sorry, Judge Simon LeBlanc. Yes, that's right, DJ Gravedigger. It sells because it's so terrible. It's just one of those things to own because...
Yes, I feel like it would be a collector's item because it sucks so bad, yeah?
Yes, absolutely. And there are collectors out there. There is a market for people who collect the ugliest things you can imagine. Take our beloved store owner, for instance. Aaron has a penchant for picking up was it items from Wish, was it?
Does?
Yeah, he does. He'll pick up something on Wish or AliExpress and roll the dice and see what arrives. Often with hilarious results.
That could be the next show.
Indeed.
Thought you were going to say Aaron himself is an ugly action figure. Yeah, I actually thought that was where you were going to.
No. Aaron's beautiful.
Aaron is lovely. Okay. It's the action figure equivalent of the Room.
Well put. Very well put. I
you know what? There is a bit of a Tommy Wiseau thing going on in that face.
Oh, yeah.
And those proportions.
I want that.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, mate. But yes, we're going to
You're tearing me apart, Peter!
But yes, this is tried, convicted, executed. Bonk.
Your turn.
Yep, my turn. And if toys were a sin, it's going to be May. Thank you, Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake?
It's gonna be May.
Oh, right. Okay. No, sorry, right over my head. All right.
Moving on.
So,
take a glass of water to get the taste of that out of your mouth.
Moving right along. Oh, we did miss something from Secret Wars that is almost bonk worthy.
Oh, really?
We did.
What monstrosity do you have before us?
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you. God, we are all over the place tonight.
We are, but we're having fun.
We are.
We're live too. So
we're
disorganized.
I wouldn't say we're disorganized. We're just...
We're
the Doom Roller.
Prepared.
Hit an obstacle. Roll backwards. Continue to attack. Secret compartment. Holds 2 figures. Secret shield with secret messages. They're going hard on the secret there.
Wait. So hit an obstacle. Roll backwards. Continue to attack. So basically, this is for your neighbor's shithead cat that won't get out of your driveway. I would actually like one. How big is it?
I'm not sure. Like, I've never seen one of these in real life. I only found out it existed today. So
check the store. We must. But have
judging
one.
From
I want it.
No. Judging from the size of the figures, they're about GI Joe proportions.
I see.
So if that holds 2, you're talking that'd be about what, 3-4 inches wide.
Well, I suppose there's more than one way to run over a cat. Was it skin a cat? Moving on.
Yeah, so I mean, can you imagine seeing Dr. Doom barreling down the hillside towards you in that? You'd only have... Hey, doggy.
Hey, welcome.
You'd only have time to look up and go, what the hell is that thing?
Honestly,
before it runs you over.
In all seriousness, to me, it's no more naff than that thing that General Grievous rides in Revenge of the Sith. He's got kind of like a one-wheeled bike where he's trying to get away from Obi-Wan. But again, that's the Star Wars universe. This is, it's supposed to be our universe.
Incidentally, Secret Wars was a Mattel property.
Oh.
Yeah. You see the Mattel logo right
there we go. What was that? Toy Biz.
Yeah.
My bad. I should have my toy license.
I think Toy Biz actually ended up putting out some of the DC figures in the 90s.
They did.
Anyway. So, the Doom Roller, ladies and gentlemen. That was the thing.
Bonkworthy? Or do we get it? Do we let it off?
It's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool, but it's also a bit WTF.
Yeah, but you know
it's
what?
Certainly worth mentioning.
Certainly worth mentioning. Dishonourable mention for that one. Bring on Miss Hawkins.
Miss Hawkins.
Miss Hawkins?
Who's Mrs. Hawkins?
Who's Mrs. Hawkins?
I like a name.
Yeah.
But don't worry, folks. We've got some truly disgusting things to show you yet again.
I'm Captain America.
We have the possessed Captain America.
Okay. This doll is possessed, folks. We'll press it once. It'll say its line, which is kind of cool. You know, with a 12-inch figure, great for the price point. It'll start talking at random for probably the next half hour or so. So, spooky times.
Ultron is everywhere.
See? Honestly, I could not get the timing right on that before we went on air.
No.
And that was just perfect. Orc chicken.
Orc chicken. Orkins.
Yeah.
Yes. Simon LeBlanc.
Simon
Orkins.
LeBlanc. Judge, the Honourable Judge Simon LeBlanc.
Presiding. Okay, what do we got next?
This is Planet Chuck.
Oh, lovely. Very good. now, let's bring on the next turkey. Sorry, no offense.
Poultry jokes. All right, so in the early 2000s, one of the more popular X-Men characters was Emma Frost.
Okay.
Now, Emma was...
Sorry, just a bit of context. This is one of the earliest Marvel Legends. Now, if you've walked into a Zing or an EB Games now, you'll see Marvel Legends everywhere. And honestly, they're pretty great.
Yeah.
We've gotten to a point that Hasbro, they do Star Wars Black Series at the moment, and they've gotten to the point where they're pretty damn realistic.
Well, again, originally a Toy Biz line. They ended up losing the Master Toy license to Hasbro.
Like, they look like
2000s.
the character, and in some cases, they look like the actor. There's a lot of MCU figures, so, and, you know, the face scan and all this. It's great now. Marvel Legends kick ass. Or the Marvel Select.
Marvel Legends.
Marvel Legends.
Marvel Legends.
But humble
You're
beginnings were exactly
and
that.
Look, to look at this figure now,
rolling back to 2007.
This is the prototype for the Emma Frost action figure, and that looks pretty good.
That's right. Very early Marvel Legends. 2007 Emma Frost. This is the prototype.
And that looks great. I mean, you know,
perfectly serviceable.
The articulation's really apparent, but that's kind of a thing in the 2000s.
Looks great. It's emblematic of the quality you'd expect of that period. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the abomination we ended up with. Look at that neck. Honestly, you've seen The Thing, yeah?
I have. One of my favorite films.
So this is the prototype. Fine. The released figure is Emma Frost mid-transformation into some sort of fleshy abomination.
She looks like one of the aliens from Communion. I
Haha, WTF indeed, Angela.
Indeed. Tiny head, long head, you know,
yeah,
vaguely Sarah Jessica Parker-esque.
And again, the amount of clearances an action figure needs to go through.
Not to mention they released her twice. Look at the picture on the right, folks. There she is again, a variant where she's aglow.
A funny thing happened on the way from the factory, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Emma Frost was beaten liberally with the ugly stick.
Indeed. I think we've actually got a close-up of their head. They give a few more images of this, yes. And it's just harrowing, folks.
No, I don't think I got that one from you.
Oh, really?
No. No.
Ah, well. But
that's
yes,
fine.
Do you really want to look at this more than you have to? Yeah, tiny, tiny head, very, very long
that
head.
neck, bro.
That neck, indeed.
Oh.
It looks like a foot.
What were they thinking?
Yeah, and the close-ups of the figure aren't any better. The eyes just bore into your soul. It's just horrendous. Unfortunately, this would only to be one of several offenses from Marvel Legends in 2007.
Nice snappy. Yeah, I know, right?
We actually have another one, same year, same line, and also pretty damn terrible. Bring in Jean Grey from X-Men The Last Stand.
I don't have the...
We don't have
the image.
Oh, okay.
In fact, you know what? Sod Jean Grey.
Sod Jean Grey?
Sod Jean Grey.
She's actually not that bad.
No, you know what? She's not that bad. What is terrible?
Of course. Okay. So, going to go back a few years. 2000, year 2000, the first X-Men film has come out, and toys ensue, as they are wont to do. Now, here we have Mystique.
Yeah. Now, this is, at first glance, it's either Wolverine or that sad git in his mid-40s who's still out at the club every weekend. Yes, that was a self-burn.
Okay, now let me tell you about this one, folks. This figure you're like, hang on, that's Wolverine. It is actually Mystique. Now, this comes with latex parts to give you that in the. It's supposed to be the whole Mystique turns into other people, and if you've seen the film, she does borrow Wolverine's likeness. Now, the base figure, not that great to begin with. I think we've actually got a picture of it. So while I'm fiddling around with this, if you want to, I didn't bring it up. Okay, I should have transferred that over to it. Anyway, so all these little latex parts come off. And we have a base figure underneath. Actually, that's enough. So I'll leave the pants on.
So if you, ladies and gentlemen, if you dismember Hugh Jackman, you get a half-naked, blue-painted Rebecca Romijn.
So it's not bad as it is. And if you leave it on card, it's packaged.
That should be the name of the show, Latex Parts. Yeah.
Look, as it is, it's not bad. I would leave this carded if you're a collector.
I like that you left the pants on.
Yeah, because you get Mystique in the bubble next to the Wolverine outfit. Now, this, my friends, leaves much to be desired. There is no excuse for that. That face. Now, that face says one of two things, folks. Yes.
It's the same damn expression.
And if you saw when I held it up to the camera before, this on the figure, no better. That is the expression of someone standing in the corner of a party who accidentally followed through on a fart and is looking for a way to discreetly exit a packed room. Or it is someone who has never been to a party in his life, has no game, and looks at people like that suggestively, just leering.
Was that a self-burn, Rob?
Yes. But yes.
So we bonking that one?
Absolutely. It didn't work then. It does not work now. Nice idea. Atrocious.
Double wonk.
And available.
It's Lipton's figure everyone is jiggling.
Indeed.
And available for just $29 here at Aaron's Collectibles.
Yep. So if your thing is collecting ugly action figures or so bad it's good, then I would eat up this Mystique.
The Mystique, the Mystique isn't terrible. Check this out. You've got the He-Man waist twist power punch action. You've got the also He-Man.
And the likeness is pretty good of Mystique. It's just one of those things, ambitious idea, swing and a miss.
It is also one of those figures, though, that only looks natural in the pose that it's meant to be in. And this was a common thing in the 2000s. You had figures that really only look good in one pose. The Motu 2000X line was pretty notorious for it.
Indeed.
Yeah.
They may as well have been statues.
They may as well. All right. So next up, we're going a bit more recent. We're going to about 2007, 2008 there. If the back-end hobbits could please run the third clip.
Oh, I love video.
Crossovers, the power to convert from vehicles to Marvel superheroes. The Spiderman motor mech and Venom muscle car. The Iron Man jet armor and the Hulk tech tank. Here come the first Marvel Transformers crossovers ever. Each sold separately. Actual change time will vary.
Here come the first Marvel Transformers crossovers ever. Sadly, not the last.
No.
Because they went in all in on those.
We are Transformers, folks.
Yeah, Rob, put the toy down.
I know, it's taking forever to put back on. We are Transformers fans, and no crossover has ever worked. I think we touched briefly last season on the Star Wars X Transformers line.
Yeah, the Darth Vader and the Emperor that combined into the Death Star. Oh no, it was just Darth Vader that turned into the Death Star. It was Han Solo and Chewbacca that combined into the Millennium Falcon.
And their Marvel efforts were no better. So that just did not work. I mean, that's our opinion anyway. Let us know what you think. If you have any of them and love them, no offense.
Do you know anyone that ever actually bought any of them?
No.
Maybe it's because, we're the collector's market and not the kids market, but yeah, no.
Indeed. Although, I've never seen kids, scramble for them. So, yes.
Sad, really. Anyway, so moving on from that, and probably what will be one of our final exhibits for the evening.
There's been a lot tonight.
There has been a lot
Apparently
tonight.
Marvel has plenty of things to answer for.
This is something I came across in Kmart earlier today when I was purchasing my wonderful Mech Armor Wolverine there.
Okay. Oh, I see. Yep.
Yeah. Now this is actually a current toy. This is currently available on toy shelves.
I'd like your opinion on this one, guys. Do you think this is a bridge too far, or do you think it's on brand for? Obviously this one is meant for a younger crowd than us. But just let us know what you think.
So what we're looking at here is the Spider-Man Headquarters. So as you can see there, you've got Miles Morales with a camera. First thing, Peter Parker's the photographer, not Miles Morales.
Mm-hmm.
And side note, Peter Parker selling photos of himself as Spider-Man to J. Jonah Jameson, to the Daily Bugle.
Yes.
Is that really any different from OnlyFans?
No.
No. So anybody out there who's ripping on people with OnlyFans, if you're a Spider-Man fan, you're a goddamn hypocrite.
Yeah, check yourself.
Check yourself.
Indeed. But yes, obviously this is for ages 2 and up.
Yeah. And I've got to be honest, I almost bought this.
You know,
I almost bought this just to have something to show on the show tonight.
Serviceable for the demographic, but if you know anything about
to look at it though, you've got a little newsstand there selling the Daily Bugle. Problem 1. You've got a slide, which is kind of funky. Spider-Gwen looks like she's having a good time there. You've got a motorcycle that Peter Parker apparently rides around on, saves on web fluid. Only stands a Stanley impersonator database. Nice one, Sarah. But honestly, the importance of branding is obviously not lost on Spider-Man here.
Oh, dear. Yes.
What is, however, lost on Spider-Man is the whole secret identity stay undercover. Yeah, secret headquarters have to have your head on it, right? Exactly.
Indeed. And that's the rub, folks. That's what we're getting at. I mean, as a toy, perfectly serviceable for a young fledgling Spider-Man fan. But there are some logistical problems with it.
There really are.
Especially as the intended kids who are to play with this will probably grow up to read Spider-Man and go,
take a look at the back of this thing.
Oh, that's the back?
That's the back.
Oh, that was like a fun time.
It does.
Again, if you're 3.
Yeah. But yeah, you remember what happened the last time Spider-Man revealed his identity in the comics?
It did not go over well.
Did not. Somebody shot Aunt May, which apparently nobody could cure, including Reed Richards, Doctor Doom, Charles Xavier. Pretty much everyone Spider-Man went. Doctor Strange. Pretty much everyone Spider-Man went to for help was like, bullet wound in your aunt. Nah, sorry, mate, can't help you.
So this is a Chaos Theory toy. This could be pretty bad.
And then, yeah, there was the whole brand new day debacle.
This just in, folks. Getting back to this little Mystique figure that I've been trying to reclothe with Wolverine. It gets worse. This in particular figure has 2 left feet.
Oh, my Lord.
That's right. I'm wondering, why aren't the boots fitting
what
like they should?
What are you doing, Toy Biz?
It has 2 left feet. Toy Biz, what are you doing? I'm throwing the book at it. Or throwing the bonk at it.
I'm bonking it again.
Double bonk.
The triple bonk, because we bonked the ear.
QC, no. I mean, she can't dance, but come on, 2 left feet is a metaphor.
Change everything from Bat Computer to Spider Computer. I mean, yeah, okay. But at least the Batcave is underground. And, Batman, he's another one that, we'll talk about him more next week, but he's another one that understands the importance of branding.
I'm going to try and put this freak's shoes back on.
Well, does she have 2 left shoes, too? She can't dance. Well, yes.
No, she can't dance, but, that's more of the whole 2 left feet thing is more of a metaphor. This is a bit on the nose, folks.
Yeah, you can take the form of anything you want, but you're going to be stuck with 2 left feet in your natural form.
Yeah, try explaining.
For all we know, it's a bit of a left footer, yeah.
Try explaining that after the 3rd date. Anyway.
All right, so I think you've got an exhibit over there, Rod.
I do?
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
Right, this one?
No, that one.
Oh, this one here. We call this the Liefeld Spider-Man. There. Now, tell us again who Rob Liefeld is, folks.
Did we go into that a minute ago? Yeah, Rob Liefeld was an artist for Marvel and also one of the founders of Image Comics. Had a thing about interesting proportions in the 90s. And interesting is me putting it mildly.
Famously can't draw feet and, well.
What size of that guy's feet?
Look at the proportions in this stuff. This is not a knockoff, folks. This is licensed. This is from 2001. And it's just all sorts of wrong. I mean, those shoulders are goals Honestly, I would love shoulder bells like that. It's never going to happen. No amount of roids will make this happen. Also, and this is just disturbing. Let's look at this articulation here.
Yeah, that's the
skateboarding accident.
Spider-Man smash. Yeah.
What the hell?
You gonna do the booty shot pose, or
there's a booty shot pose?
The booty shot pose, yeah.
Well, I wasn't privy to that, but if you want to do it, be my guest. Wrists don't move that way, folks. Kids know that. Don't insult your kids.
Yeah, there we go. Spider butt.
Spider butt. They say Captain America's America's ass, but apparently Spider-Man is. So
look at the size of these feet too. That's some chunky tootsies on him there.
Indeed. Yeah, not for me.
Yeah, and look, it's the most useless ab crunch ever.
Oh well. But yeah, we've seen some real pearls here tonight, haven't we?
Yeah. Whether bunk or just dishonorable mention, do you think?
I think we'll let him off with a ticket.
Yeah. And that one you pointed at a moment ago, I think we should show that, even though it's technically an accessory and it's from a line we've already discussed tonight.
Okay, Aaron, if you are out there, Aaron of the shop's name.
Schwarzenegger cast as Spider-Man. Lizard, I'm going to get you.
I am the Braunschweiger.
I do whatever a spider can.
Now, this toy line, the X-Men 2000 movie, had a lot of sins about it. So here's another one. Now, Aaron, if you're watching, I accidentally fixed this figure.
Did you though?
I kind of did, yeah. This is a cop. You can tell because he's holding a donut and a gun. Now,
I think he came with Magneto. I could be wrong.
Yeah, he
Magneto
like
or Sabretooth, someone like that. Yeah, it would have been one of the bad guys.
The figure I intended to show you looked something like this.
That's an action feature right there. Goes to
if
pieces.
An action figure was a pair of nunchucks. That is basically it, folks. He's just like, it's basically a marionette with no other string. I'm starting to sound like Swedish shit.
He's a bit floppy. He is a bit floppy.
That's how he usually is.
Interfere, step mutants!
But yeah, I accidentally fixed it, Aaron. Sorry about that. But yeah, again, no. Just no. Anyway.
That line has always bugged me. Does whatever a spider can? Does he fart webs? Does he hang out in the toilet at night? Yeah, people. Spider-Man does whatever a spider can.
In the spider can.
Spends a web, eats some flies, sits in the corner of your room and dies. Look how he is.
You break it, you bought it. Aaron, what if I fixed it? I did the opposite of break it. I'm sorry I didn't break it.
He's just sleepy.
It was broken. It was just,
I'm falling to pieces over you.
This is a corpse. I accidentally fixed it. And if you want, I can show you how to fix it. Because I've got it down to a fine art. I think that's about all we have time for.
I think it is. And I think I've broken it again.
No worries. Then, the world makes sense again. Universal equilibrium. We've broken it once again.
You fix it, no refunds.
Fix it. Oh.
Oh, no, here we go.
You got it?
Nope.
No, he did. He well and truly did. Thanks you so much for joining us, folks. We've looked at a lot of good toys tonight, a lot of terrible ones. Now, just to remind you what the stakes are at the end of the season, we will go through the worst of everything we've looked at over the season, and the absolute worst of the season will be up for the Golden Rammy. Now, Mike, tell us about the Golden Rammy for those who are just tuning in.
The Golden Rammy is the award for the worst toy that we discuss on each show. Every episode, we select one toy which is a contender for the Rammy and award it to them.
Indeed.
I would actually say that tonight's contender for the Rammy would be this abomination right here.
It's pretty bad. Even over Aunt May.
We don't have an Aunt May.
We don't have an Aunt May. If we have the article in person, it's always a bonus.
Yeah, if we find one, if someone has a famous covers Aunt May that they'd like to bring into the shop and trade for a can of Coke or something,
it could win one of this.
We'll give it back, a Rammy.
Okay. Yes. Well, thank you very much, folks.
Thanks for joining us.
And court adjourned.